anyway, so speaking of pop stars, let's move on and talk about Madonna, who, child, she being a mess over here on social media by creating AI pictures of her and the Pope, and it looked like she had the Pope out here groping her and stuff. So yeah, but and with her latest little stunt, because Madonna loves attention, she's apparently divided fans over these AI generated photos. So yeah, here's the picture. Where it's like, and the funny part was, you look at this picture, she looks AI generated, which kind of got me wondering now. See, says you was out here trying to create AI generated photos of yourself with him. It kind of makes me wonder now with these overly filtered photos that we be talking about and criticizing her on, does she run her regular looking photos? Because I've seen Madonna up close recently. She does not look bad, but it feels like she's in this state of body and facial is there such thing as facial dysmorphia? But I just feel like the whole body dysmorphia thing. I guess we can incorporate the face with it. Where it's like, yeah, says you're 66 years old, and we understand like y'all don't like seeing women age gracefully, especially if they're a pop star. You critique them, they don't have makeup on, or if they look and say, oh, you look old, or you look a mess, you got too much filler. We're so overly critical of people, and then there's this emphasis on youth. And I really would have loved to have seen Madonna age gracefully. I'm like, look, you can keep your body snatched. You can do a little, shot in the face with the bow ties. Because I already said, if the point ever came for me, that if I wanted, because I told you I had a conversation with a friend of mine, he was like, "Would you ever consider Botox?" I was like, "Yeah." If the opportunity, if the time ever came for me to have to use some Botox, I would definitely use it. Now, in regards to me trying to look like a a blowfish to the point where it's like you got so much filler and Botox in your face that you look crazy. You literally out here look like the back of a baboon's ass. Then yeah, that's like a problem. So according to Us Weekly, it said Madonna, who's 66, shared what looked like a picture of the Pope, who's 87, embracing a pop icon via her Instagram story on Friday, December 13th. The image, which has since expired, read, "Feels good to be seen." Madonna also tagged the Instagram account of Rick Dick, who made the image. Dick also posted the image onto his account with the caption, "Ma period, I period, Donna, and the Pope. Thank you at Madonna, heart emoji." The image subsequently sparked online controversy. Well, with all the religious hypocrites. They're saying this is ridiculously disrespectful, one social media user wrote in the comment section, while others found it to be so weird and so creepy. Neither Madonna, Dick, nor the Vatican have publicly addressed the backlash. Now, Us Weekly has reached out for a comment. The artificial intelligence artist, however, did share screenshots of media coverage of the controversy via Instagram story on Saturday, December 14th. Madonna's name songs such as Like a Prayer and her tours have previously been criticized by Catholic figures for allegedly including religious allegories. Her 1990 Blonde Ambition tour was even boycotted by the Pope at the time, Pope John Paul II, saying, "I was raised with the Catholic education. During the press conference, while I was busy promoting In Bed with Madonna, I was shocked to see myself attacked by the church because it was unable to understand how much my work was trying to produce something good." This is what she told Vanity Fair Italia in 2023. "I immediately realized that the problem was them, not me. The problem was them because they had not understood that my work as an artist united people, gave them freedom of expression, unity. It was the mirror of Jesus's teachings. Whoever attacked me was just a hypocrite." Well, I don't know if she should go that far with some of the people attacking you was um hypocritical, but I definitely, here's the thing, I was on board with her back in the day when it came to her using Catholicism and religious imagery as a way to show a mirror to the hypocrisies of organized religion, which I could totally relate to because as someone who grew up Roman Catholic, a lot of the stuff that she was saying in a lot of her music and her visuals, I totally related to, and I totally got where she was coming from, and especially where the hypocrisies of how a woman was able to express her sexuality and how she's ushered in this generation of women who now feel the need and the freedom to express their sexuality. Now it's at a point of her at her age of 66 being told that you can't be a sexual being at that age, and she's still fighting that system. Now, in regards of this with the Pope, I do agree that I don't like the fact that, okay, now you're doing this as an attention grab. It's like, what are you really trying to say? Like when you're talking about the music and the visual art that she was putting into her stage presence, like equating the stripper thing with the crosses and don't it taste like holy water, and equating vaginal secretion with holy water, like it's the holy liquid that a guy is doing when he's going downtown. Like I totally get the double entendres and the deeper meanings and all this stuff. Like I get it. It was I totally get where you was going with that, sis. But this AI generated photo where it looked like the Pope is touching your titties and you in a bustier, I don't get, and he's looking lustingly in your face. I don't get the point of what this means. Like whenever, like I said before, like when you're talking about Catholicism and using religion as a way to express your art and trying to show, like have a sociological conversation regarding the hypocrisies of religion and how we love violence, but we thumb our nose at sex, or we judge people for being sexual or gay or whatever the case is. I totally get that. But what is the message here? I don't feel like, I feel like this is just you fighting for attention. When it says quiet as it's kept, what you need to be doing is getting your behind in the studio and putting out some music and not trying to be an attention seeker. Because what worked back then in regards to like the thirsting for attention, I just feel like you're trying to you're trying to find your way through the muck. And now it does come across as tone deaf. It comes across a bit cringy. And you know I live for Madonna. But like I said on this show, I'm not just gonna be biased just because I'm a fan of somebody and just let them get away with some stuff because I'm a fan of theirs. If you do something that's out of pocket, I'm gonna read you on it. So I gave her a little light spanking on the butt, which I'm sure she would like, because you're being naughty right now. But I don't understand why. This doesn't make sense as to what you do. Well, obviously, it's to get us to talk, and it's working because we're talking about it. So I should say like how she identified, because at one point she was Catholic, and then she was she was studying Kabbalah, which is Judaism, Jewish mysticism, that sort of thing. But they're saying that now she identifies as spiritual, which I feel like is more or less where I lie in regards of how I feel. I believe more of a spiritual life versus a religious life, because with me, I asked too many damn questions. That was always my problem. And the funny thing, my parents always said that, and that I think that's why they hated me when I would have to take like communion and confirmation. You have to take like go to Sunday school. I was questioning everything they were saying. And I know them teachers hated my damn guts. But whatever. So she said, I think it's important to have a pattern of rituals in a spiritual life, but I also think that religion without understanding, without knowledge, without curiosity and inclusiveness cannot be considered religion. This is what she told the outlet. Religion is not adhering, I should say, to an exclusive or extremist group. Religion is respecting other religions. Religion is encouraging people to understand that they believe what they believe and to study what they believe in instead of adhering to a dogma that without study and without understanding would be empty and sterile. And you know what? I absolutely 110% agree with that. What she's saying, regardless of that, like it's not adhering to an exclusive or extremist group, and I feel like that's what I've been getting when it comes to religions. That it's one or the other. There's no middle ground in regards to that, and I think that's why a lot of people are flocking away from religion, because there's this. There's this extremity attached to it, and I do agree that when it comes to the study of religion, you can't have something without understanding it, without having a knowledge, without being curious, and inclusiveness cannot be considered. So you can't say that you are welcome when God, or as they say, Jesus says, come as you are. And if you really believe in the teachings of Jesus, they did say something or another of like, Jesus hung out with the degenerates or whatever you want to call them. But then why are you being if that's the case, then why are you being discriminative toward those degenerates, or who you deem a degenerate? It doesn't make sense. So calling out the hypocrisies of organized religion has always been something I've done. Now, she went on to add, she said, my relationship with religion today, cultivating my spiritual practices that are valid for me and do not necessarily have to be valid for everyone. I think everyone should do it because I find it important to pray and have a connection with the soul, with spiritual strength. Call it what you want. I think it's important because I believe in the idea of something bigger, something higher, something metaphysical that is beyond us, but that keeps us all together. And I absolutely agree with that. I do believe in a higher power. I do believe that there is something bigger and more metaphysical than what is beyond what we can see. Because sometimes I'll speak stuff out into the universe. I'll say something in the ether, and then it happens. I'll bring up a name, like, oh, I haven't heard from so and so in a while. What now they do? All of a sudden, I hear from them, or I'll say something about maybe not the what I want. It was like something that I was thinking about, and then all of a sudden, it just happens. So I do think like it's an exchange of energy, and then when we put stuff out in the universe, it does come back. So I do agree with that, and I do feel that most people who follow a spiritual path do basically cultivate different spiritual practices from other things and make it work to our will. I'm not saying that we being hypocrites, like you like to cherry pick stuff out the Bible in order to justify, like when y'all talk about homosexuality as a sin, but then you out here mixing fabrics or you eating shellfish. So some of y'all like to go in and cherry pick certain things in the Bible, but then if it to satisfy your or justify your BS, but then you look the other way when it benefits you. So there's that. So yes, like I said before, Madonna, I don't understand, or Madonna, I don't understand the reason why you are. What was the whole point of this whole post of you on the Pope? It's because you feel like you'll never get to meet the Pope. But I just don't understand the point of why you posted that or why you doing what you're doing. But for the most part, yeah, I'm just confused. But that's why, like I said, it's like says this is not the time and place for you to post that. Like I'm here for you if you want to have your titties out and all this other stuff because you can express yourself however you want to do it. You could be all Miss Bad Girl Madonna and continue to push the boundaries of sex and ageism and dealing with all that. But this is the whole thing regarding, and I'm still here for you going in on pointing out the hypocrisies of organized religion if you have something to say in regards to that. But the thing with the Pope, I just didn't understand the point of why you even did that. So that's all I got to say on that. And so I definitely want to hear from you guys. What do you think of this latest AI generated stunt that the stunt queen of pop, Madonna, is putting out here in these streets? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments down below.